you've named your committee now, so I think the only difference is Bernardo's come in. Is that does he deserve that?
If the team decided, yeah. This is absolute democracy. So they vote, all of them, and they decide who represent in the big issues to the team.
Do you see Bernardo as one who's got leadership qualities?
Yeah, of course, he's an important figure on the pitch. He's a so nice guy, and of course, every year making a step forward, and yeah.
When Kevin's fit, will he be the captain or will it be Kyle's? Or is that not your decision either?
Them. So for me, it doesn't matter. Sometimes I'm captain, you are the first, and give the balance for the second one. So Kevin is so important. He's like a captain for me. It doesn't matter if the first or the second. So all together they have to do it.
How's he doing, Kevin? Is he?
Well, it's a long injury, so my surgery and still, a few more months. But his mood is getting better, so step by step.
Pep, last week Mikel Arteta at Everton was telling us that one of his big regrets last season was there was a couple of games when he wished he'd substituted his goalkeeper. Late in a game, 70 minutes, 80 minutes, he wished he'd substituted a goalkeeper for tactical reasons. And he said there should be no difference between substituting a winger for another player or substituting your goalkeepers, but he didn't do it and he regrets that now and wishes he'd done it. I just wondered, is that, as a philosophy, is that something you would do in a game if you had to, if you felt it necessary?
During the game?
During the game, yeah, you substitute a keeper after 70 minutes or whatever.
Well, I never thought about that.
Right. I wondered if it's something you talked about with him when he was here, because he was quite...
We spoke a lot, but not about this issue.
Okay.
Not even now. So, if Mikel said that, you would have a reason for that. So I don't know, because I didn't speak with that, but normally, yeah, he's a player like the other 10, and of course you can do it, like you can do it as a winger or any other player position, but it's not usual. I never thought about that.
And could I just ask also about Erling, because obviously he scored a lot of goals this season, but do you think he's as sharp now as he was this time last year? How do you assess his first sort of 6 weeks of the season?
Every week is much better than the first week, with his important tall figure, so to get the rhythm always more difficult without precision, because we go to Japan, and Korea, and not much time to training, but every week is better and everything is there. It's an incredible threat, had a lot of chances, and that means we are playing good. We know all the sense the team is playing quite good is how many chances have Erling. When he's not involved, no chances, something wrong is happening in our process and our dynamic. But we create a lot of chances and the ball is there, and that is because we are doing really good things. That we have to continue. So always is there and score a lot of goals. The past, the present, it will happen in the future.
You said that Erling's getting better with every week that goes by. Did he come back in pre-season? Was he fully fit?
No.
Last season?
No, it's quite similar. But in the pre-season, I cannot expect to be fully fit. That's why it's pre-season, to get as much numbers at training sessions. So, and normally the new players, they come, they are fully fit earlier. When you don't play the last season, you start the pre-season earlier, fit earlier. When you want the travel, maybe you don't wait a little bit longer to be completely fit. But this question of time is not because it's much higher or more intense. You train the first week, second week, and the third week will be better. So it's most important in that period is not get injured. That unfortunately we could not avoid few of them, because as much you have training sessions and game, you will be ready. So question of time.
And just with the missed chances over the last week, obviously the chances at West Ham and against Red Star, it didn't matter because you won the games anyway. What do you put that down to, those chances that he's missed? It seems a bit of a surprise that he hasn't gone and got 2 hat-tricks in the last week.
It's football. When you tell me the reason why, I will tell you it's football. Maybe one day we'll create less chances and 3 shots in target, 3 goals. I prefer that, like West Ham have done, and I said the same like in the half-time, like West Ham game. So we have the result is disappointed, but the way you are playing is not. It's just to be more aggressive in front of the goal, be mentality to score, to feel I want to win the game for myself, to be that, but they have the quality. Phil had the quality to score the goals, Julian has the quality, Erling of course, and Mateus always have a chance to arrive there in that position. So it was continue to do this, and you know, don't became crazy, because after the 1-1 we lost stupid balls and we create some not be, you know, it doesn't mean to be calm or do the process, not to be lazy, it's not means to be slowly game. I'm not talking about that, but in the same moment, okay, do the process and let's go. And at the end, always we know we have the feeling that in a short time, in our momentum, we can score no one goal more than that. And that is a feeling that we had for 2 years ago, the year when we won against Aston Villa, the Premier League 2 years ago, last season. So always have the chance, that the feeling that we have, just to be stable and be positive. And that's important, is create the chances, being there as much as possible. I don't know how many chances or shoots, 29-30 against West Ham, 29-30 against Red Star, and with a lot on target. So this is what we have to do. As much we do it, we're going to win a lot of games.
And that the assist that Haaland gave for Alvarez on Tuesday night, do you think this time last year he would have made that assist, or do you think he's sort of learned how
last season make a lot of assists quite similar like this. He's not shy to shoot Erling. Erling had the chance, they do it, but they took a perfect decision. So Erling is not incredible, it's not selfish that I'm thinking just in that position me. So he has ability. When he's facing the keeper, of course his faint target is, his threat is always, oh, he's going to shoot, he's going to score, but has ability to, in the last moment, make a pass.
Hi Pep. About the chances, I got some numbers and statistics of Erling, and his conversion rate of big chances is much lower now compared to the first 8 games last season. Does that worry you at all?
Yeah, a lot.
Does that worry you at all?
I didn't sleep tonight. Come on. He had an incredible chances. Could have scored now 14, 50 goals. Now it would be the same debate. So important, like always he said, always I have the chance. Important is this. The problem is when I don't have chances, I don't get balls, all the time I'm in the wrong position. That doesn't happen. So in my advice to the striker and Erling, don't criticize him much. We criticize the fullbacks, the central defender, the manager, but never a striker will score all goals. Because he will, you know, and you will be in the position that you will apologize.
Gary Neville said this week that if it was one player Pep would pick from the Arsenal team, it would be Martin Ødegaard, because he would join the team effortlessly. What do you think about Martin Ødegaard's start of the season? And do you agree with him?
He's an exceptional player, exceptional. He settled really good, and he became a captain. It's because also it's on and off the pitch is really well. It's the consistency, playing a lot of games. He suits perfect for the idea from Mikel, from Arsenal. He's really good player.
Hi Pep. Jeremy Doku came in quite late in the window, and because of injuries might have played more minutes than you were expecting at this time of him being at the club. What have you made of him in that period, and do you think he's adapting well with the extra minutes that he's getting because of the injuries?
He's adapting really well. It's just his physicality it is, and he's not used to play 3 games in a week in Rennes. And in the past, you have to be careful. We have to see how recover the game, the effort 90 minutes, and 2 days later or 3 days later, basically 3 days, is able to play again. You have to know each other. He has to know his body, but he adapted really well. The dressing room is a lovely guy, and as a wing in the final third has his special quality. We try to use him for that. Make all the game we have to do, the process we have to do, and after finish with them, okay, I have my fullback can go against you, and as much as possible. This is when we have to try to do it, and it's going to help us in this department.
As you say, it's a different wing to what you've had maybe in the last couple of years. Do you think, obviously, he's adapting to a role in a new team? Are his teammates learning?
Well, I would say our wingers that we had in the past is another type of wingers. So incredible skills, incredible quality, but not with pace. With this pace that we had with Leroy and Raheem, we didn't have it in the past because even cold, and now go to Chelsea, Riyad, Bernardo, even Phil, Jack. Of course they are speed, but it's more the quality, the intelligent players, the nasties, the one against one. You know, but this explosive in 5 meters, 6 meters, like Jeremy has, is quite similar. Leroy and Raheem before.
Go to Sam and then Joe, please, guys.
Hi, Pep. Just in terms of Jeremy there being explosive and having that pace, but also with Kovacic coming in, Nunes coming in, and even Guardiola as well, they can all carry the ball so well. I know they can all do lots of other things too, but was that something that you and the club and Cheeky really wanted to add this season? Did you want to add something else to the team?
I love the players in the middle who's able to dribble and drive 10, 15 meters. I like it. I love it.
Why is that so important to this team in particular? Because we could maybe say it's all about passes for City.
Well, when you dribble in the middle, you are attacking in the next line. And after when you attack the next line, Erling, Julian, Phil, the strikers will be alone. Everyone his own player. And when someone comes with the ball, you have to make some movement. You have to decide you go to the ball or you continue with you. It normally happens in the wingers. The winger had the ability to do that. But when you have in the middle, players had the ability to pass, but to dribble and attack the next line, wow, it's so dangerous for the opponent.
Is that why you've managed to have so much balance this season? Because I think last season there were so many players who would have more touches in the final third, more passes, and that would help the team be together. So like Ilkay and Riyad and Bernardo and Grealish. But now, you know, you're starting games with Foden, Alvarez, Erling, Doku as well. They can all be a lot more explosive, but you've still managed to have the same kind of balance as last season. Is that one of the reasons for that? How have you managed to do that?
Yeah, I like that, but when you lose the ball, you consider the counter-attack, always you think, I have an extra pass. So to find the balance, how we got to attack or how to be more aggressive or how we have to be a little bit more control is always difficult to find it. Sometimes I remember, for example, in Sheffield United, I was at home watching it after my surgery. I remember that with 0-1 and we played the ball without intention to score a second, and at the end we conceded a goal. You know, a lot of passes. In the moment we conceded a goal, the first 2-3 minutes we create 2 chances, and after we score a goal. And said sometimes the needs make you to make another gear, you know, a little bit quicker. But also depends on the quality. You have David Silva in the past, or maybe, you know, Ilkay, or maybe, I don't know, Rico in the middle, or maybe, you know, this Riyad in the sides, or Jack in the sides. It's more passes, good on the pass. When you have Phil and especially Julian or Kevin when was there, our game, the actions are quicker. But how? It's the quality of the players. The quality of the players dictate sometimes what you have to do. Of course, I decide most of the times. We feel right now, and absent from Kevin and Julian, is because they are guys who likes to live close to the Erling. You know, we need players in the box in the final third when defenders. So without Ilkay, there was a player like had better runners to score the goals. You know, to put one more control, we put more midfield players in Kovacic, an attacking midfielder, or another players more control, Rico in that positions. So maybe we'll have more control, less runners in the final third, depending on the quality.
Finish with Joe, please, guys.
Hi, Pep. You mentioned Sheffield United there and the response on that. You've had to come from behind or level a few times this season. And I'm thinking back to last season, this time around, you were saying that you didn't see the mentality to defend the title that you wanted. Have you seen that this season?
So far, yeah. But season is so long, you know. So far, yeah, but a lot of game and for a lot of players with a lot of minutes already. That is not good on that. But yeah, after travel, always I thought, oh, how the people will come, you know, in terms how good we are, how nice we are. So we're going to do the principles and work each other. That's why it's important sometimes to bring in new players, you know, because they don't have nothing to defend. They have to do everything to win. And it's different when you won there, but so far, even in the pre-season, when we saw Bayern Munich or the games we played there, and even Arsenal that we lost in the last minutes in extra time, the games was really good. We start really good against West Ham, we start really good against Red Star, we start really good against Sheffield, so not good against Fulham. So yeah, in general we are there. We're stable, we create more chances than the opponent. Our expecting goals always are higher, much higher than the opponents. That is a good terms, and it's good. But we are in October, so the season is so long. But it's important to start really well after win what we want.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you.